Oh boy.
Match 4.
Oh boy, it's already happening. Very fast SCV pull here from TY for some proxy action, RotterdaM.
Yeah, it's probably just going to be a single barracks, right? Like, I don't think he will necessarily go super crazy with this.
No. And it's one of those maps where you have a bunch of ledge space to be able to work with Reapers here. And this is a popular spot for that proxy. Neeb knows it as well. We'll see if
it's a bit further away, though, right? Like, sometimes
yeah.
you see it actually being built on the south side of the main base, and then the Reaper makes it into the main very quickly. But I kind of like this, because this is a lot harder to scout, I think. Like, why would you ever send your probe there, maybe?
I've seen that area as a proxy a couple times in this tournament, actually, so maybe.
I'd never do it.
Maybe.
It's too far away. I wouldn't be worried about it.
Usually, as a Protoss, like the most secure way to know if you're being proxied or not is just send your probe into the main of the Terran and go, oh, where's your barracks? It's not here. Okay, well, and you know, start to defend accordingly.
Yeah, curious to see how Neeb is going to respond to it. We've seen different responses of Protoss players in this tournament. One game, Classic basically stayed on one base forever, and he's like, oh my god, I'm so terrified. And then he's like, well, this didn't work out at all. Now the Terran has a better economy than me, because I didn't actually get proxied that hard. And the other game, he's just like, you're proxying me, one gate, fast expand regardless, and that went a lot better. So I think Neeb is going to build the Cyber Core, but then he will drop the Nexus, which is exactly what he does. And it makes sense. Like, I really don't think you have to overreact too much.
You don't think a Zealot here?
I mean, you can build a Zealot, but I don't think you should take your second gas and stay on one base. That's too much.
And he's going to wait for that Cyber Core to finish, so... Feels like he can do it here with the Adept or the Stalker. Usually it's the Adept. First Reaper of TY. About to head towards the main base. We're about to pop out that barracks and head towards the main base of Neeb here. A little bit of damage on that SCV, making the factory back at home. And Neeb knows that this is very likely just a one barracks expand. One barracks proxy, rather. Yeah, it's going to be a Stalker. It takes a little bit longer.
Yep, that takes a little bit longer. So it's going to be hard to keep these probes alive. The first probe goes down already. It tries to get the surrounder. Oh! Are you kidding me? What is that, like 1 or 2 HP?
Just 5. It's got 5, all right.
Well, single hit from the Stalker. Maybe Neeb can surprise him. But overall, this was still good for Neeb because he only lost a single probe. And it's very easy to lose 2 or even 3 workers against that proxy barracks. And since he went for a quick expand at home as well, if I'm Neeb, I'd actually be pretty satisfied with this start. Be like, yeah, would have liked to kill the Reaper, but still pretty good.
The good thing for Terran here is that when you proxy, and even if it doesn't, you know, find as much probe damage as you would have liked, you don't really need the barracks to be at home for a little while if you get the factory back at home, because you can still, you know, hold a small amount of gateway units back at home, you know, without a bunker, as long as you have something. At the moment, though, we're just seeing TY getting up to the starport here. It hasn't really made any kind of static defense. It's actually waiting for the reactor on that factory here before switching it over.
I really wonder what he's going to do. Maybe he's going to do something weird with like Hellions as well. The Reapers really want to get the fight here. That's not a fight I think you truly want to take for a long time. I mean, he's getting some real damage done, but now the Reaper's actually in a little bit of trouble. But he'll keep all of them alive. That's a late Stargate, by the way, for Neeb.
Yeah, I mean, it makes a bit of sense. If you're being proxied, you know there's going to be a lot of Reapers. There's not a whole lot for the Terran they can shoot up except for maybe Widow Mines or potentially a Cyclone. TY's going for Hellions here, so that Stargate actually looks like an even better choice here for Neeb.
Yeah, but I have the feeling that TY is probably just going to suicide everything, right? And try to get as many probes as possible. And let's say like you go Reapers into the main base, Hellions into the natural. I don't know if the Stargate unit is really going to be out by then, so we'll see.
The other good thing about this build for Neeb is that there's a Banshee with Cloak on the way here for TY. Whoopsie daisies.
Yeah, that was poor movement there by the Reaper. I think he had the Reapers grouped up in the same hotkey. And because he sent the one Reaper towards the side, the other one came there as well. 2 Widow Mines and then Banshee's coming on the way as well. But these Stalkers are actually forcing this command center, which is not even an orbital command yet, Maynarde, to go back into the main base. Yeah, this is not working out at all for TY.
No, I mean, the plan here was to run by in the Hellions. If he gets a lot of probe damage done here, then this could be, you know, worth it, having that CC lifted.
Yep.
So, nice line of probes there. 5 or 6 going to go down here for TY before the Hellions are shooed back. Oh, they're still alive. One more volley.
Neeb, I think something's happening in the main base as well. The Reaper showed up, so that's being annoying too. So at least TY is dealing a lot of economic damage here, which is absolutely what the Korean Terran player needed.
Damn, that was quite a bit. I mean, obviously Neeb is still up workers, but 9 probe kills. Neeb nowhere near where he wants to be right now.
Oh, I think he knows, right? He must have seen it with his Stalkers or something. I still think it's very alright, as long as he doesn't lose too much more against the bench. I would really like to see a shield battery or 2, and that's exactly what is happening. This Widow Mine will fire, and that is -1 Stalker.
Nice stuff there from TY. Seemed like he was, you know, quite vulnerable in the early stage of the game. Just 3 Stalkers, way more damage than you'd think. The Oracle here for Revelation. Stalkers were there to finish it off. TY sees the Oracle and the Stalkers, so he's going to just skirt around them here.
Now there is a Phoenix almost out as well, so that means that this Banshee can actually get tagged and the Phoenix can just pick it off. I think there is a second Banshee on the way already as well. What a weird build here by TY, right? Like, he's not going to have stim until like minute 11, mate. Like, it's going to be so silly.
No, if he gets stim at all. I mean, he is getting another barrack, so it does look like that's going to be the case.
It's going to take such a long time. I have no idea when he's ever supposed to move out. Unless he wants to do one of those weird move-outs with just an insane amount of Marines and then maybe Combat Shield. And
then oh, actually, it could be that. He's getting a Raven right now.
Yeah.
This usually means that he does want to go for some kind of push. And Combat Shield finishes so quickly. Oh, trying to keep that Banshee alive. Nice movements here with the Marines of TY, even though they're not upgraded.
Shouldn't there be another Banshee somewhere? Or am I crazy?
I can't actually see it on the minimap. Maybe it's just to the south. No, that's actually Neeb's flying units. Yeah, I mean, it looks like he bought Cloak, got a single Banshee, and then started making Ravens.
No, he has two Banshees next to each other.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, in the natural, but he's just keeping them at home because he's very worried about losing them against the Phoenix. And it's going to be really funny because even though I think Neeb has played an alright game so far, lost a little too much against the Hellions, but besides that, it's been pretty decent.
Oh, the funny exposed. Thing is, double Oracle, get it.
You're a dreamer, mate.
I am a dreamer.
You see that often? People do that against you. They just fly in oracles and try to kill your tech.
Actually, no, not even at my level.
Oh, okay.
I just dream.
Whoa, that's actually a ballsy move. I wasn't sure if Neeb was ever going to think about doing something like that, but the anti-air count apparently is just not high enough. There was one Widow Mine. The second mine gets a lot of the Phoenix, but there is still no answer for these oracles.
Yeah, the oracle's really putting in some hurt here against TY. Oh. Yeah, a couple of Marines there. One laser beam away from death. He heads to the main. There is a shield battery, but the Banshees will one-shot the probes. If tie up this attacks just like that, there we go.
That's really going to hurt, because now he's going to have to bring home the Oracle. But does the Oracle even have energy?
One of them does.
One of them does. It's a pretty sick move by TY. So patient with the Banshee, right? You gotta love that. Like, he's just waiting. He's like, I can't go immediately. I'm just going to wait until you attack me, and that's my moment to go with those Banshees.
Going up the air, several barracks is here. So TY is actually starting to get all his upgrades rounded up. We're just going to have a pretty scary army soon. You know, Neeb only just started his Forge. Robo, of course, still on the way done. Twilight Council just started as well. So these Stargate units need to keep TY slowed down here. Otherwise, his army's going to grow up really, really big.
Well, that Twilight is so late, so it's going to take even longer to get maybe Blink, because he's got so many Stalkers that I can only assume that he wants to get Blink. But we all know that Blink is only really good in, like, shutting down drops and buying time.
It's kind of an early game thing, right?
Yep, it's not that good in basically a straight-up fight, a massive straight-up fight where you need to hold your ground, defend the line. Okay, he's getting a Robo Bay now as well. I think that's quite smart by Neeb, because Neeb needs something that actually packs a punch. And an Immortal is nice against, like, the tanks, but you want to get something that's good against the Marines as well. Very often the answer is the Zealot. Right now it's going to be Colossus, but Neeb needs to buy some time, man. It's going to take...
Starts +1 armor on the Forge, so it looks like he wants some Zealots to start the charge there. He goes for attack instead, which does help out the Colossi a lot more against the Marines.
Yeah, and he's getting charged as well before Blink, which I think, given the scenario that he's in, is actually pretty smart. The only downside is that he's got so many Stalkers, and Stalkers without Blink are even more underwhelming than Stalkers with Blink in a straight-up fight. Maybe buy some time with like force fields or something. Yeah, I think that's what he's going to try to do.
And these inhibitor zones are exactly where you don't want to be. Neeb does see the Medevac, tagging it there with the Phoenix, so the Widowmine drop deflected. Maybe he can get a unit kill, maybe get the Phoenix if he's lucky. Trying to pull those units into harm's way there with that Medevac.
It's really good, important though for Neeb that he's buying time here with his army. Like, this may not all look that impactful, but if he just stands at home, he can actually not hold this and he would just straight up die. So he's going to try to buy some time here with the force fields. That force field's not perfect. That one tank shot really hurts.
Oh yeah, Neeb's army taking tons of damage here. An anti-armor missile there on the army as well, and they're in the inhibitor zone. TY chasing him through. Looking for that immortal kill, doesn't quite get it though. And now he can start to leapfrog these tanks a little bit closer. Not sure where that one's going. Circling around the outside here.
Yeah, I think it's because they were blocked, right, by this one?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, that Colossus is almost out, but Neeb lost a couple of very expensive units there, and above all, he didn't buy enough time, I think. So now these tanks are going to get awfully close. Man, this is going to be so difficult to engage for Neeb.
TY's got a lot of supply on these Medevacs. The Stalker's being pushed back by the tanks, though. The Raven ready as well to drop any auto turrets to assist this battle. Oh man, that Colossus, bit of a concave from Neeb, actually doing quite a good job at the high ground units of the Terran here. The tanks outputting so much damage to the low ground though.
Yep, I mean those tanks are just in such a sweet spot, and Neeb had to engage there before charge was done. And like I said, he had a lot of Stalkers, but Stalkers without Blink are just so freaking bad. There's really not much you can do there. The only thing he can do is hold. I really think he should have just sacrificed this base, given up the position, even though that's a tough call to make. He's going to try one more time, but another interference matrix goes down on the Colossus, and that means that the rest of Neeb's army is just straight up garbage.
Well, that's it for the energy on this Raven, and there is a second Colossus here, but TY has done some pretty incredible damage. Thermal Lance about to finish in just under 10 seconds here. TY is at +1 kicking in on that bio. A drop into the main base with 8 Marines. Neeb whooping in some reinforcements.
Yep, I mean this is going to be very, very difficult. Neeb really wants to save this base. The Immortal runs forward. One of the tanks is running low on HP. But
so many tanks from TY. Even with extended Thermal Lance, it's really difficult. The tanks can still hit those Colossi. TY skirts around into the natural here, forcing some probes off the line. Dual battery helping out a little bit, but the denied mining time probably more of an issue here. Oh, that Nexus is so low, Roddy, and one of those Colossus as well about to go down. That Siege Dagger just pulls back out of range.
Yeah, I mean, I like what Neeb is trying to do here, but I really think he's fighting a losing battle here. The Colossus goes down, the Nexus goes down. Team Dark, they were down 0-2. We were starting to get a little bit worried that this could have been a one-sided bopping, but they're truly fighting back, Maynarde. TY about to tie up the score, if you ask me.
That's right. They started from the bottom, and now they're here looking at a 2-2 score here against Team Seoul. Colossus coming back with a charge lot reinforcement. Charge lot's obviously fantastic against this, but another interference matrix on the Colossi. Almost certainly spelling doom here for the American Protoss as TY knocks at his front door. Another Colossi pops, but there are so many tanks.
Yeah. Really well done. The tank positioning this game has been absolutely gorgeous. TY